Okay, this is my first video. I've never thought about doing one. I've never done any of this before. I look like shit, but I need to get my story out. I grew up in a little small town in Illinois named Raymond. And my dad worked in an Alice Chalmers factory in Springfield, Illinois. We weren't farmers, so we never fit in. I became woke when I was 5 years old. Let me tell you this whole story. I don't know if you ever heard of this kid, but there was a young black kid named Emmett Till that got brutally murdered in Mississippi in 1955. I was born in 1959. And on my 5th birthday, CBS, and back in 1965, there was no internet. There was no satellite. There was an antenna with 3 channels. CBS, ABC, and NBC. And an independent station, 4 channels. They were showing the 10th anniversary of the death of Emmett Till. Now, I was 5 years old, and all my other brothers and my dad were out doing yard work, mowing, trimming. I was too young. So I was inside with my mom. We were the only two in the living room. And this special came on, and they showed what they did to Emmett Till. And my mom started to cry. Now, I don't know about you guys, but as a 5-year-old, seeing my mom cry was a big thing. And it started a relationship with my mom that none of my other brothers had. And she taught me. She taught me a lot. Now, as I said, my dad worked at an Alice Chalmers factory in Springfield, Illinois, where he worked with a black guy named Jack. And to this day, I can't remember what Uncle Jack's last name was, but Uncle Jack and Aunt Faye used to come by on weekends for barbecues and beer and shit like that. And as a kid, all I knew is when Uncle Jack showed up, my dad was laughing and happy. And when Daddy's happy, everybody's happy. But he was just so nice to me and my brothers that we just accepted him as Uncle Jack. I mean, we knew he was a different color, but we never thought about him not being part of the family. And that's how I was raised. I can't wrap my mind around hating somebody you don't even know. So growing up, I had my troubles, I had my blah, blah, blahs. The next turn in my life came, after meeting my wife. We've been together for 31 years, and I still love making her laugh. It was May 17th, 2005. God talked to me. I'm not making this up. If it had happened to somebody else, I'd be just as incredulous. I was 45 years old back in 2005. I was unemployed, and my unemployment had run out. My wife Dottie was back in the bedroom, here in this bedroom, taking a nap, and I was taking a nap on the couch. The History Channel was showing the story of Job. And at one point, Job looked up at heaven and said, "Why do you hate me?" And I ushered the words, "He hates me too." Right about then, I started getting a very, very bad pain right here on my chest. I mean, it was bad. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I decided I needed to splash some cold water in my face, but whenever I got to the sink, my legs wouldn't support me. So I flipped the lid down and I sat on the toilet. As soon as I sat down, all I could think of saying was, I am sorry. I am so, so sorry. I never felt that level of guilt and remorse. And as soon as, I don't know if it was 2 seconds, 2 minutes, as soon as I uttered the words, I'm sorry, there was no big booming voice, there was no burning bush. But I heard the words in my mind, it's okay. It's okay. Just twice. And everything went away. The pain in my chest went away. The shortness of breath. I stopped crying. And what I took from that is God talked to me that day. And his answer was, don't put so much pressure on yourself. It'll all work out. But he never wants me to say the words that he hates me. Never. Because he can take me out whenever he wants. And that's what I took from that. Don't ever, ever, ever say that God hates any one of his children. We're all God's kids. And that changed me. That changed me. It took a couple of decades, but I learned to appreciate the little stuff. Now, what's going on today, it hurts. If I could eliminate one deadly sin, it would be greed. How much is enough? But that's my story. And I grew old, and I'm still living with the same woman I met 31 years ago and fell in love with, and we're growing old together. But please take my story into account. Life is too short. We only have one life while we're here, and don't waste it with hate. Life is only as good as you make it. And don't waste time with bitterness and hate. Thank you. I hope this reaches somebody. Some people appreciate this. Thank you.